Hey everybody, and welcome to Life Lesson Friday for February 16th, 2024. And today I was at a track meet and watching um, three of the athletes that I private coach competing for their respective schools, as well as, of course, a lot of other athletes competing. And there's a couple of other athletes that have inquired that were there, inquired about services and help. And when you believe in your, like, if you go to a track meet, you can totally see the people that believe in themselves and the amount of effort and pain that they will put themselves through to achieve something that they think they can get. And I'm really proud because the guys that I coach, and I say guys because it was all guys that just happened to be at this meet, they put it on the line. They believed in themselves. They went outside of what they knew was possible in the moment. And what I mean by that is going into the race, and this is for everybody. You go into a race thinking this is as fast as I've ever run, right? Whatever this time is that I've run before. This is the fastest time I've ever run before. How am I going to run faster than that? Right? What am I going to do to get faster? Like that's the goal. It doesn't always happen, but that's the goal. Like how am I going to get faster? And if I get faster, I'm going somewhere I've never been before. Right? I've never been to that place. Like if you're trying to break a 6 minute mile for the first time, or a 5 minute mile for the first time, or 5:20 for the first time, or you're trying to run sub 2 minutes in the 800, or sub 50 in the 400, whatever it is, or you're trying, if you're a field event, you're trying to jump over 20 feet in a long jump, or 15 feet in a long jump, or 4 feet in the high jump, whatever it is. If you're trying to do it for the first time, you've never done it before, right? You've never reached that far before. And so you have to do a couple of things. One is you have to honor the preparation you put into it, right? You have to go into it going, I am prepared. My coach has told me this is what we're training towards. I'm capable of doing this. One of the guys I coach did the 3200. And I told him, I've been telling him, you're capable based on the workouts we've been doing. You're capable in a perfect weather condition of running mid 940s for a 3200. And in his head, that's really tough because his PR before today was in the 1030s, right? So this is a big jump. But he also hasn't run one since last spring, right? So he's got a lot of growth, a lot of maturity, a lot of training. And so the other piece of it though is in order to run that 940-ish time, 945, whatever, he'd have to run what his current PR in the 1600 is at least once during that race, if not twice. And so that's pushing yourself beyond not just one limit, but two limits, because you got to get past the first limit to get to the second limit. And so he didn't actually get his 1600 PR in today's race, but he got close because he ran the exact same time for both 1600s, slightly different pacing wise between the two. But his PR was 454, and he ran 457 twice back to back to run 955, 457 and change. So for him, he had to push beyond for a long period of time, knowing that he was already beyond what he'd ever done before for 1600, and now he's trying to go and do it for even farther. And a lot of times, that's a perfect analogy for life because a lot of times we get in a place and we're so comfortable and we don't want to go outside our comfort zone. We don't want to push ourselves. We don't want to believe in ourselves that we can go beyond because it's scary out there. And he came around the corner. I was standing right there with 300 meters to go. He came around the second to last corner. He has the curve starting the last lap. He came around 300 meters to go. He grabbed the side of his abdomen and gave me this look like, Coach, the pain, the pain, the pain. And I said, forget the pain. It's 300 meters left. Like, forget the pain and go. Like, the pain is temporary at that point, especially with only 300 meters to go. You're already 2,900 meters into this race. You're not going to give up now because of the pain. That pain is your body saying, I'm past the point of anything I've ever done before. Are you sure you want to do this? And you have to, everybody has to deal with that themselves, right? When they get to that point. You're that far out of your comfort zone. What are you going to do? Right? When you're in high school and you're like, I want to ask out the most popular girl in the school, and I know she's going to shoot me down, and you walk across the gym floor at the dance to go ask her to dance, and you start sweating bullets because you're so nervous, you're outside your comfort zone, right? And so at that point, you have two options. You can stop believing in yourself, or you can push past it. He pushed past it. He kept sprinting. He turned the jets on and sprinted. And that's a perfect analogy for what we got to do. And then another one of my guys, he ran a great 800, and then he came back to run a 400 on a relay, and ran his fastest 400 split on a relay by over a second. And he ran a 48.1, which by the way is really fast. I've never been able to run that fast. And he got the baton in fourth place. And I had told him, I was like, you're gonna have to show up. You're going to have to show up. You're tired because you already ran an 800. You're going to have to show up and believe in yourself on that last straightaway, because it's going to be into the wind. It's going to be hard, which by the way, the wind is blowing at like 20 plus miles an hour. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Everybody's going to be coming after you. You're probably going to get a baton not in first. We sort of know that. You got to believe in yourself. And what happened? He passed everybody by about 200, 250 meters. He's in front, and he's pulling away from everybody. He finished the race 5 meters in front of the second place. So if you believe in yourself, you can push yourself past the comfort zone. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to ever do it. And so that's the first thing you got to look at. Because a coach can tell you everything in the world. A mentor can explain it all. A teacher can show you how to do all the different things and steps you need to do in your plan. But you will not push past the edge of your comfort zone until you believe in yourself. Like that's what happens when you believe in yourself is you go outside your comfort zone and you grow into a new person because you achieve new things in your life. So that's life lesson for today. And quite frankly, if you don't have kids that run track or you are athletic in any other, track's just a great one. Swimming's a great one. Things where they're individual. Not that team sports aren't great. Team sports are great. Yes, they are. But when there's an individual and you are an individual up against another individual, and you have a distance or you're trying to throw something a certain distance and you're trying to compete against that person, there's nothing that pulls it out of you like that and shows you how much do you want it, how much do you believe in yourself, do you believe that you can achieve great things. Because when you do that, you're going to bust through your comfort zone. You're going to bust through it. There's not going to be a comfort zone because you're just going to go far beyond it. So that's the Life Lesson Friday for today. Hope you all have a great weekend. You probably see me post on Sunday. I'm going to go down to Houston and run a race. Maybe 2 races. Maybe 3 races. Depending on how ankle, Achilles, and calf feel from the injury I had a couple weeks ago. So we're going to see how that goes. So I'll probably post about that. But we will talk to y'all later. Have a great weekend.